national parks and museums were shuttered. Applications for passports and even Medicare went unprocessed. Clinton blamed Gingrich.
The American people should not be held hostage anymore to the Republican budget priorities.
Gingrich blamed Clinton.
But the fact is, the president needs to recognize that Lyndon Johnson's Great Society has failed.
The Clinton camp had taken an extraordinary gamble, banking on public support for programs like Medicare to win the day.
Their plan would increase premiums. Brick by brick, it would dismantle Medicare as we know it.
Republicans believed that the politically weak Clinton would cave.
Republicans think the public will blame the president. That's how things work.
But Clinton was right. Polling data showed that Americans very much wanted their Medicare. What's more, the public hated the shutdown and laid more blame for it on Republicans than on Democrats.
The American public is enraged.
I cannot blame the president at all because old people need Medicare.
I support the president, whatever it takes.
As the conflict reached a boiling point, Republican Senate Majority Leader Bob Dole, who was running for president, broke ranks on the Senate floor.
We ought to end this. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's a little ridiculous as far as this senator is concerned.
Congressional Republicans folded, giving Clinton most of what he wanted.
I am pleased that Congress has completed the task of reopening the federal government, which was begun a few days ago.
Gingrich had lost his big game of chicken over the Great Society. What's more, thanks to his budget win, Clinton, ever the comeback kid, rose from the dead.
This is one of the great miraculous comebacks in American history.
Parlaying his politically astute defense of the safety net into an easy re-election. The next year, legislation balancing the budget passed in Congress with significantly smaller cuts to health care than Gingrich had championed.
What you see on the right with Gingrich and Ever After is promises that they can't deliver.
And Gingrich himself resigned from Congress shortly thereafter. Yet another Republican leader had failed to live up to his big promises to rein in big government. Coming up, the next battle, the Tea Party rises to kill Obamacare.
Gum problems could be the start of a domino effect. Parodontic's active gum repair breath freshener.
But at least you can go.
The fragile financial system is likely to get worse before it gets better.
It was the rant heard round the world.
The government is promoting bad behavior.
Nearly 1.2 million jobs have disappeared.
The American economy was on the brink of collapse in 2009.
There you go.
And President Obama had just signed a stimulus bill to save it. Then he proposed giving billions of dollars to struggling homeowners to keep them from losing their homes. But many on the right, including CNBC's Rick Santelli, thought that was a terrible idea.
This is America. How many of you people want to pay for your neighbor's mortgage that has an extra bathroom and can't pay their bills? Raise their hand. How about we all? President Obama, are you listening?
We want to take our country back.
Santelli's battle cry would morph into a conservative revolt against government.
We're thinking of having a Chicago Tea Party in July.
I'm American and I'm mad.
I'm putting my foot down. I can't take it anymore.
Partly a grassroots movement.
This is a phenomenal success in my judgment. 800,000 activists.
Partly funded by wealthy libertarians, the Tea Party was far angrier and more radical than Reagan or Gingrich. And one goal rose to the top of its list.
Why don't they take the health care being forced down our throat?
Killing the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare.
The motion to concur in the Senate amendment is adopted.
For decades, they've been trying to do it. It has now been done. This is what change looks like.
The law brought health insurance to millions of Americans, which to the right looked like yet another big addition to big government. This is the story of the Tea Party's war against the Affordable Care Act. One more losing battle in the right's war on government.
This is about a government takeover.
Good morning, everybody.
The roots of the Tea Party's anger began with one of their own.
Major priority.
Obama's predecessor, Republican President George W. Bush.
I call my philosophy and approach compassionate conservatism.
Big government had grown even bigger under his watch.
No child is left behind.
Including an aggressive federal intrusion into education.
Many conservatives call this big government at its worst.
A more than $400 billion prescription drug benefit.
Action is clearly necessary.
The motion is adopted.
And to top it off,
the bailout was sold to Congress as life or death for the American economy.
Billions to bail out the banks during the Great Recession.
There was a sense of betrayal with what Bush had done.
I have the right for the government not to control my health care.
But it was Obamacare that became the Tea Party's obsession.
Healthcare reform cannot wait, it must not wait, and it will not wait another year.
And yet the core idea of Obamacare, requiring people to buy mostly private health insurance, had been championed by conservatives. It was proposed by Republicans as an alternative to Bill Clinton's healthcare plan in the 1990s, and actually implemented in Massachusetts by Republican Governor Mitt Romney in 2006. But none of that mattered.
The wave of angry mobs.
A protester came to the town hall meeting today with a gun.
Ferocious protests sprang up everywhere in 2009, warning of a government takeover of healthcare, which PolitiFact called the lie of the year.
Whoever senator or congressman vote for this bill, we will vote you out.
After that, no Republican in Congress,
I would not vote for that,
dared to go near Obamacare.
The Tea Party is opposing that which is drawn from their own movement.
According to an authoritative study of the Tea Party, much of the movement was bankrolled by billionaire activists like the Koch brothers, libertarians who had a massive influence on the message of the movement.
You also have a group of people.
Okay, so I gotta pause it there really quickly, y'all. The Koch brothers are one of the most dangerous, one of the, capital TH, most dangerous people in all of politics. Too many people do not know about them. They are hyper-conservative, very racist, very anti a lot of things. And people do not realize how much they bankroll. It is terrifying. That's all I wanted to say. The Koch brothers are very, very bad. K-O-C-H. Okay.
Who are deeply uneasy about the idea of having a black president.
Despite Obamacare's powerful opposition and many moments when the bill looked dead,
219 to 212, no votes are Republicans.
All Democrats, no Republicans.
the Affordable Care Act became law.
The bill is passed.
President Obama was blunt, saying there's no way to sugarcoat it.
Look at how much red in America tonight.
Feels bad.
Election was a game changer.
But the Tea Party's energy led Republicans to a massive midterm victory.
God bless you, Speaker Boehner.
And the new Tea Party Congress was determined to repeal Obamacare. It brought a new kind of radicalism to Washington, making the Gingrich 90s look tame by comparison.
America may be on the brink of another financial disaster,
threatening an economic Armageddon over the routine raising of the debt ceiling, and foiling Obama and the Republican Speaker John Boehner's grand bargain for the budget.
One of the questions that the Republican Party is going to ask itself is, can they say yes to anything?
The Tea Party's extremism gave Obama a powerful campaign issue.
If I said the sky was blue, they said no. They figured if Obama fails, then we win.
And that helped propel him to victory in 2012.
With Obama back in the White House, the chances of repealing Obamacare was zero. But that did not stop Tea Party Republicans from trying.
They attempted to repeal or amend Obamacare more than 50 times since it was passed, by one count.
I intend to speak in support of defunding Obamacare until I am no longer able to stand.
Including with a government shutdown that congressional Republican leaders opposed.
The American people don't want their government shut down, and neither do I.
Donald J. Trump will become the 45th president.
Even after Donald Trump won the White House in 2016.
Thank you.
With Republicans controlling Congress, the repeal of Obamacare went down to defeat.
Turning the thumbs down on the repeal bill.
The motion is not agreed to.
Clearly a disappointing moment.
The right's fatal flaw, according to a history of its repeal efforts, its indifference to finding an alternative to the law.
Governing was not a major interest of the Tea Party.
Meanwhile, Obamacare got popular, covering 1 in 7 Americans through its marketplaces since 2014.
America is back.
But many conservatives now believe that Trump 2.0 will finally deliver in their war on government.
Doge. Perhaps you've heard of it.
And a bitter Trump appears more than ready to make their radical dreams come true. Coming up, my concluding thoughts on the war on government.
She's a woman who prosecutors say pretended to be a wealthy German heiress.
It doesn't sound like you really regret what you did. It wasn't a victimless crime, right? I mean, you took advantage of people.
United States of Scandal with Jake Tapper, coming up next on CNN.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve, strength to last 12 hours.
Lowe's knows running a home or business can add up fast. But with a free MyLowe's Rewards membership, your earnings add up fast too. Earn points toward MyLowe's money, get member-only deals, and free shipping. Join for free and get more with Lowe's.
Taking a stand for investors. Everyone says it. Vanguard
Fitness, you can get free fitness training.
Its first major target. And now for some closing thoughts on this subject. When Donald Trump announced that he was creating the Department of Government Efficiency, I welcomed the initiative. Streamlining the federal government by having outsiders take a look was an excellent idea. And Elon Musk's stated objective to cut the budget by $2 trillion, while ambitious, would be a useful yardstick. But DOGE began its work not by taking on the most logical targets. If you were really looking for waste, fraud, and abuse, places like Medicare and the Defense Department with their gigantic budgets. No, its first major target was a tiny agency most Americans have probably never heard of, the U.S. Agency for International Development, whose total budget, around $40 billion, was less than 1% of federal spending. DOGE went after it with a brutality and glee that was stunning. Musk called it a criminal organization. Government officials who had spent years in foreign countries providing assistance to the poor were summarily fired and asked to return home. Medical and nutrition programs were cut off, with the likely consequence that by some calculations, millions would get sick or starve. What could explain this cruelty directed at people and programs that in budgetary terms were insignificant? DOGE seemed to understand the central challenge the right faces in its war on government. The real money is in the large programs that the public supports. So Doge began its war by choosing a broadly unpopular item of government spending on foreigners.
Fraud, abuse, all of this horrible stuff going on.
This, by the way, is, I think, one of the biggest sources of fraud in the world.
Musk and Trump delighted in listing all the fraud that they found, even though none of the projects they listed have shown any evidence of large-scale corruption. They were simply programs they knew many Americans would not want to fund, especially when they were mischaracterized. Doge did take on Social Security, but in a rather strange way.
How many of them were getting paid Social Security? Because if that's the case, it's a massive fraud.
It claimed to find millions of dead people on its rolls. The implication was that these people were still getting payments. Actually, all they appear to have found were old personnel files in which dead people's names had not been deleted, much like your Rolodex or contact folder probably still has the names of people who are deceased. Almost none appear to be getting benefits. But again, it was a revealing strategy. Rather than talk seriously about changing Social Security by means testing benefits or raising the retirement age, Doge was promising that it could save billions by just cleaning up the personnel files. Of course, it's possible to find savings in Washington. Former Vice President Al Gore's Reinventing Government Commission saved the federal government around $140 billion. But it worked in a manner that was almost the opposite of Doge. It partnered with the agencies to identify redundancies, worked with Congress to change laws, and used a scalpel to trim fat. Doge, on the other hand, has been doing mass firings without much consultation, so much so that its large-scale IRS firings could result in significantly lower tax revenues collected, which would raise the deficit. Doge has also been firing masses of workers, but the federal bureaucracy is small compared with other rich countries and is about the same size it was 50 years ago. It's worth remembering where the money is. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and other mandatory spending like veterans benefits, along with defense spending and interest payments, make up around 85% of the budget. Much of this is efficient check writing, which doesn't require much bureaucracy. The Department of Defense could be massively reformed, as the Trump administration has begun to do a little bit. But why does it have 4 air forces? The armies, navies, Marines, and Air Force itself. If Doge approached the problem as one does in the private sector, it would recognize there are 2 components to any deficit: how much you spend and how much you take in this case through taxes. America's bloated national debt has a great deal to do with a series of tax cuts that began in the Reagan administration. By one estimate from a progressive think tank, the Bush and Trump tax cuts alone have added $10 trillion to the debt and account for 57% of the increase in America's debt to GDP ratio since 2001. Bear in mind that compared to other rich countries, the US still has close to the lowest tax revenues as a percentage of its GDP. In that context, the simplest way for Doge to achieve maximum success would be to recommend that the Trump tax cuts be allowed to lapse, as they will under law, which would then reduce the debt by about $4.5 trillion over the next 10 years, vastly more than any plan the GOP seems willing to go through with to cut spending. And that would take America back to the tax rates under Barack Obama, when the stock market more than doubled and America grew faster than almost every European country. And it would put the US on a much more stable debt trajectory. But don't hold your breath on that happening. Far more likely, Doge will announce some new stunning finding, something like software duplication in the Environmental Protection Agency, which might save the federal government $100 million or 0.001% of the 2025 budget. Thank you for watching this special hour. I'm Fareed Zakaria.
Okay, y'all. So that's about it. I accidentally screen recorded for like 10 more minutes because I forgot to check on it. I probably should crop that in case somebody ends up seeing it. But any questions? So I saw this special, and when I tell you, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this is fucking brilliant. I was like, this is very, very, very well done, because unfortunately, a lot of people really don't understand the ins and outs of different, we could say, economic histories and economic, I want to find a way to say competitions, because it is like competitive, weird piss contest economics in our federal government. And this, to me, was just so well done, because there are a lot of people that have been very upset, and they have been shocked at that Trump is doing, without actually understanding that a lot of what he's doing has been done before. It just may not be done this poorly, but you know, it in some instances had, like whenever they talked about Reagan. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I think since you guys are enjoying the watch party, maybe I'll do one on Thursday. I want to see what I could look for, because now that I found out this little screen recording app on Chrome, so I was able to screen record, you know, like something you're not supposed to be allowed to screen record. So if I can do this again, then I will do this maybe every Thursday. We can do like little watch parties, and find different documentaries. Oh, you having tech issues? What kind of tech issues? Hold on. Let me know if I'm lagging or anything, anybody. My little light on TikTok Live went to yellow instead of green. So, oh no. Okay, hold on. Okay. We're gonna see if this gets better. Okay, hold on. Those of you on YouTube, y'all seem like you're doing good, so. Oh no. I don't want to have to like end it and restart it. I hate having to do that. Okay, is it back? Hopefully, is it? Is it back? Hopefully it's back. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised you guys enjoyed this. I wasn't sure if y'all would actually do something like this. Oh no! Okay, hold on. It's gone again on TikTok. I think it's because I'm on this other phone that's on AT&T. I think AT&T is a hater of TikTok. Or T-Mobile, surprisingly. Should have had to say yes if I could. I just wasn't sure. Sometimes I want to do things that other people don't want to do, so I'm trying to force it. But okay, because I think there are lots of documentaries that I haven't watched yet that I would like to watch, and I think it might be useful to be able to kind of dissect certain aspects of these with you all, especially if you guys can drop questions while we're watching. Oh, good. Okay, yeah, YouTube's been stable. That's nice. And because I screen recorded it, I didn't have to worry about like some of the streaming glitches, because it was screen recorded earlier in the day, especially when less people were on the Wi-Fi nearby, because people are probably all on their Wi-Fi right now nearby. And we only have like 3 internet services that you can get out here. Like literally there's like 3. It's really 2. You can't get like anything out here. You can't get AT&T internet. You can't get Xfinity. Like you can't get Spectrum. You can't do anything here. Okay. Oh, and thank you. I appreciate it about the debate. The debate was something. It actually could have been much worse. And what's funny is the guy actually followed me afterwards and sent me a message saying he loved my view, so he wants to connect. So I don't mind. It's interesting. So, but okay, yeah, if we want to do a documentary movie night, I just have to figure out what we're gonna watch then on Thursday. I have so many documentaries that are saved that I haven't watched, but I also think I like watching it with you all. I think it's fun. A Zoom call or something after to discuss. Yes, that sounds so nice. You know what I'll do, because I would love a good distraction right now because my brain is like really tired, is I will do hold on. I'll do a Zoom discussion link. I'm just going to type this in the corner for myself. I could do like a Zoom room. So I wrote it down for myself to room. But yeah, we can do that. I would like that. I wish there were more ways to have people like engaged more here. Like the only problem with stuff like Zoom is it can just be so irritating sometimes. Like if you try and do something like this massively, but not for this. I mean, like if I try to stream from Zoom to like TikTok and stuff, that's whenever it has a lot of problems. So that's why it's something I wish I could do more of. But yeah, I'll do I just like put it up on the side of my computer so it's a reminder for me. So I'll do a Zoom room thingy and then send out an email. So that way we can do that. I think that would be fun. I just have to figure out what we're watching for Thursday. I have no idea what we should watch. Oh my God, why is TikTok glitching again? I'm sorry, TikTok. I'll have to figure out what we're watching though. So what type of documentaries do I have saved? Oh, hold on. We're gonna expose ourselves here because I have a lot saved. Okay, let me do I feel like Netflix might have actually okay, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen because I have zero shame anyways. I don't know why this dog feels the need to be held to sleep properly today. She's being kind of ridiculous. Okay, I feel like TikTok is still struggling. Okay, hold on. Ta-da. Then live stream on social, Zoom room after. Yeah, I love that idea. I actually really like that idea. Okay. Hold on. I gotta like make this like this. There we go. Okay. Oh no! Sorry. Hold on. Why is there sound please? Oh my God. Hold on. Why does it want me to do this for an access code? Hold on, guys. I absolutely hate this new Netflix thing where they're like, verify your account. Anytime it gives us too much trouble, literally none of us just watch anymore. Like I've fully given up shows. If Netflix irritates me enough, I just will not. Sorry, y'all. I'm just showing the code I'm entering. I don't think anybody's going to steal my data from this, so I'm not really worried. I just entered a code. Don't make me do another one. Why would I need to do a second code? It's the same fucking code. Oh my God. Oh, wait. Okay, I clicked the wrong button. I'm sorry, you guys. That was my fault. I couldn't see that I was... Oh, God. Okay. I don't really care if people see anything on here because it's just, I like TV anyways. So I'm going to go through my list. I don't know if we can categorize. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't know I was sending it again. So I keep a lot of stuff in my list, but I also had to restart one of my accounts. I don't know why it doesn't give you the opportunity to do it by like date added or category, but there are a couple documentaries I am literally never going to remember if I don't do it this way. Because the problem is I see a lot like this right here. This has nothing to do with anything that we do. It's called Ancient Apocalypse, The Americas. And this is one of those that I had saved that I was like, this feels very, very cool. Yeah, PBS list is crazy. But this isn't related to literally anything that we do. So I have a lot of regular shows I've saved on here. I wish there was a way to just pull up like just the documentaries. Because I save a lot of stuff when I get bored. This one is about a jail experiment, but this is 8 episodes, so we're not going to be able to do that in one sitting. And it's kind of mildly terrifying. Mildly terrifying. Obviously not watching the Menendez brothers. I mean, we could, but I don't think that's necessary. Okay, hold on. I'm going to do this a different way because it's going to take forever There's so much stuff on here. Hold on. Let me stop this for a second and see if I can do this a different way. I'm just going to Google documentaries. Oh, actually, wait. I think Prime Video lets you do... Because like I said, now that I found a way to screen record in Chrome and you can screen record anything, I could screen record anything. I can screen record literally anything for us to stream. So I will be breaking the law. It's not really breaking the law technically, but okay. Sorry, this is signing itself in. Because I think Amazon on Prime, I think it has like this category thing that you can do. Hold on, I'm going to have to go like, nope, how do I do this? Okay. I think there's a category thing that you can do. When I looked earlier, when I was going through something for my list. So if I go to my stuff, and I go to watch list. Nope, it doesn't let me do it either. Wait, filter and sort. No, it's still not doing it. It's just doing movies or shows. Okay. Yeah, we weren't even like a fourth of the way down my Netflix stuff. And there's so much stuff here. I have a lot of stupid stuff. Oh, here we go. Okay. Here's one from 2020. Hold on. Oh, I'm not screen sharing. Hold on. Yes, for educational purposes only. Okay. Did it do it? Okay, it's just like I'm trying to click share and it's hold on. Okay, it's refusing to share this. I'm going to try it a different way. You are so smart. Just make sure that you guys have been getting my email so that way you guys can have the Zoom information on there. Okay. Here we go. Oh my God, it is still not sharing. I am so sorry. I do not know what is going on. Okay, anyways, it's called The Soul of America. And it talks about present day fraught political reality by exploring the historical challenges of the past for the US. Actually, yeah, I'll just send out a poll. That's why one of you guys sent the word poll earlier. I did not catch what that meant. I'm just going to send out a poll and I'm going to send out like 5 different options and you guys can just pick one. Because oh, thank you. Yeah, she just like literally was throwing a fit standing next to me on the floor and was like, I need to be held. And now she's doing this and she's leaning. She's not light enough to be doing this. You're actually kind of heavy. Do you guys want to watch? Let me ask this. Do you guys want to watch more, and just tell me in the chats, more history based? Do we want to watch more like politically based? Do we want to watch something not related to anything? We kind of can, but I do want to keep it a little bit educational, not like crazy. Do we want to watch something culturally based? Like something that's like Woodstock has a couple of documentaries, but I don't know, some of those are only okay. Like, what are we looking for? Because I'll pick some. Oh my God, I'm sorry, TikTok. I literally don't know what is going on with TikTok. It says there's no connection again. I think it's this phone. I think the phone might be the problem. What do we want? Because I think I can find some options and I'll just send it out to y'all. That'll make my life easier. And then y'all can just pick from the options and we can go from there. Because I'm like, my brain is literally overwhelmed because there's so many documentaries. Like I've had the Helvetica documentary open on a tab on my phone for like a month and a half. Actually, it's probably been 3 months because I haven't cleared out my tabs in like 3 months on my phone. I do indeed have all 500 tabs on my main phone open. I clear like 5 at a time and then they get filled right back up. So it's really not helpful. No, it's fine. Any at all. That's okay. I don't mind. Well, I'll find, if I can find something from each year, maybe that'll be cool. Because I currently have Hulu and I have Prime Video because my family has it and my family pays for Netflix, so I don't have to pay for it. But I got Hulu. So those are like 3 really big streaming options for me to screen record something from. Like really like great options. And then Roku. Some other stuff. There are a lot of things. Okay, I'll dig through and I'll try and just pick some random options tonight and send them to y'all. I mean, I shouldn't send an email out at 11 p.m. So I'll just try and like schedule it for the morning. And it'll just, so I don't overthink it, it'll be a separate email just about the documentary. And I'll send class updates in a separate email so I don't have to sit there and try and do it. Oh my God, yeah, like, oh my God, there's so many options that are on Google. Some of these I've never heard of. This sounds so cool. Oh wait, I think I just picked it. Oh, it's 2.5 hours. I don't know if y'all can watch a documentary that's 2.5 hours. Do y'all want to watch a documentary that's 2.5 hours? Hold on, TikTok. I'm going to try and fix this. Okay. I just closed TikTok on that phone, and I'm going to try and reopen it on this phone because I think it should. Yes, okay. Resume. Yay! When you end it on one live, it fixes. Okay, hold on one more second. Okay. Except my camera's dirty. Okay. Did I get it? I think I fixed it. Yeah, we can split it. I don't know what time. I feel like I started this. I don't know. I feel like 8 my time, maybe. Because that's not too late. Class 7 feels kind of formal, but 8 feels kind of fun. Yay! Okay, I think TikTok is fixed, except the camera is still dirty. Oh my God, Nugget, you're in my way. Hold on, you guys. Clean this. Is that clean? Yay! Okay. So yeah, maybe 8. So there's a documentary called The Soundtrack of the Coup d'Etat. Coup d'Etat? Oh my God, my French teacher would be so mad. I can't remember. Coup d'Etat? Coup d'Etat? Coup d'Etat? Anyways, soundtrack of the movement, basically, of the fight. And it looks like, I can't believe I missed this. This came out last year. This is so great. It talks about the Cold War episode that led to American musicians, Abby Lincoln, blah, blah, blah. And it talks about the political aspects behind Patrice Lumumba. A lot of people don't know who, yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I had to switch phones. I'm surprised. A lot of people don't know who Patrice Lumumba is, but literally one of the most brilliant people of all time, 10 out of 10. He was assassinated by the US government. He was the leader that came and was leading Congo after Congo finally got their independence. So Patrice Lumumba is very, very important figure to understand for just anything. But it says it is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So maybe we can split it. I'll ask in the poll if you guys want to do a long split movie this week, because we could do half on Thursday and then the other half on Friday, because I like evening things. This feels very, I don't mind watching stuff and like streaming because it's not as much effort as like doing other stuff sometimes that I have to do. So I don't mind doing that. So I'll submit this. You said yes. Okay. I'll submit this and we can see about, I'll send this so we can see about doing this or doing another one. We can do half and half. This is so cool. I can't believe I did not see this. Okay. I'm going to see for those of y'all on TikTok. I mean, y'all don't seem to mind on TikTok. It's okay. You guys watching it like this. I'd like for it to be better, but you guys don't seem to mind. So I'm not going to overthink it since you guys aren't overthinking it. Okay, cool. I think we have a solution. I'm going to send some emails out and I'll send like a little trailer to each. I think it's going to be fun. Okay, I'm going to send all the invites out. I think we'll do 8. When I send the email, you guys can respond back and see if the time works. Because like I said, 8 o'clock just feels kind of casual to me. 9 feels like it's bordering being too late because 9 my time, well, 9 my time is 6 on the West Coast, 10 on the East Coast, and then it's like bright and early in England. Y'all are always in so many different time zones, I'd be forgetting. I'm really bad at translating times across time zones. I've just gotten better. Like anytime I be trying to call my aunts in England, I always call it the worst time because my brain can't remember what the right time is. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Okay, y'all are beautiful. I love y'all. Mwah. Expect an email from me tomorrow. I promise I'm not going to let myself forget because I'm actually really excited about this. Okay, brilliant, beautiful.